Hey, y'all, it's your girl Ashley Q. I am so excited to have you guys here today to share my knowledge of social media marketing with you all. You know, I'm a boutique owner turned strategist, and I got you. Let's get into it. So we have a lot to cover, but the main things we'll be talking about today is how to craft your own social media strategy, how to define your target audience and find them on social media, the type of content that you'll need to make to attract your target audience to your social media account. We'll also talk about some tips on algorithm and some tips on how to save time when it comes to creating content. And I'm also going to teach you how to sell out using social media using the ACE method. You're not going to want to miss that. So let's talk about developing your social media strategy. When you are thinking about crafting a social media strategy for your business, the first thing you need to keep in mind is, what are my business goals? Is your goals to make, let's say, $8,000 a month? Are your goals to make your first $1,000 a month? You need to have your business goals in mind. Secondly, you need to have your specific product goals in line. So let's say that you just purchase a lot of inventory and you have 50 orange tops that you want to sell. You need to have a goal on how many you want to sell within a certain time period, so you can strategically think about how you're going to get this inventory off your hand and how you're going to get the amount of money that you want off of the inventory that you have. Another thing that plays a part in this is platform. And in this training, I'm mainly going to talk about Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, because these are the main platforms that I use to drive traffic and sales for my business. Facebook is the platform that I sold out on, and Instagram is the platform that I went viral on, and I was making consistent sales just through drop shipping my brand's clothing. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that one. So next I want to talk about crafting a content plan. So whenever I do a content strategy session with any of my boutique owners, my skincare brands, my lash brands, etc., first and foremost, I always talk to them about the type of brand that they want to be. This is super important when you're thinking about the type of content that you want to post on social media. If you don't know what type of brand you want to be, you're not going to make the right content to attract the type of person that's most likely to buy from your business. For example, if you're trying to be a high-end luxury brand and you just show up with a casual face, your hair undone, no makeup, 9 times out of 10, those luxury girlies, those girls that get on TikTok with their hair, face done, nails, outfit to the 10, they're going to scroll right past you because you're not selling what they're looking for. And when I say selling what they're looking for, I mean the vibe. I mean the aesthetic. I mean the experience. They're used to seeing a certain quality of content when it comes to what they're looking for. Let's say you're one of my lash girlies. Are you selling lashes for the average girl, or are you selling it for the girls who like a beat face? Because they need lashes too. You just got to figure out who is your customer, who's more likely to buy from you. This is who you want to craft your content plan around, and I'm going to help you with that. So when you're crafting your content plan, first I want you to study your competitors. If there's any brands out there similar to the vibe that you're going for and the type of brand that you want to be, look at what they're doing correctly. Look at how much engagement they're getting. Look at how many people are responding and asking for their products. Look at how many times they are posting their products. This will help you figure out a frequency for when you're posting content on social media. Second, you want to think about, like I said before, your business goals. So if you need to sell out this product in the next 30 days, I'm going to need you to be posting a little bit more frequent so that you can get in front of your audience and get them your product. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you need to post 3 to 5 times a day just for your content to be seen, just for someone to actually click it. But what I will tell you is the more you post good content, the more you will be seen. And specifically on a platform like TikTok, which is one of my favorites, which you'll hear me say time and time again, when your content does really well, they'll keep pushing it out to more people. And also when it's doing really well, it'll keep cycling over and over and over again. So you don't have to keep making the same content over and over again. They'll keep pushing it out for you. So real quick, I'm going to show you how to craft a content strategy and how I typically do it for my clients. After the research phase, when I'm starting to get in the nitty gritty and actually plan out a content plan for them, this is what I do. So If you take a look at this chart right here, I am focusing on a hyperpigmentation turmeric product or product line. This is a pretend product. So, in the first day, which says Saturday, I said try a trend when the girls say you're glowing and they think you got a new man, but it's really insert your product name. And this is something that's trending that will be really catchy for the masses. This is also entertaining, so you can connect with your ideal customer. This is something that the girls are going to love. On Tuesday, you're going to do a self-care vlog using your brand's products. So this is the turmeric mask. This is going to cover up all those dark spots you have. I had a couple right here. And you can even show them the differences before, whatever. The whole purpose of this is to educate your audience while building brand awareness. So next, on Wednesday, you're going to give some skincare tips, things you wish you knew sooner. If you're like my age, like I'm over 25, you might say things I wish I knew when I was 21, things I wish I knew when I was 16. That's really trending right now as well. You can give them skincare tips. Also, another thing that's trending right now, hot girls don't gatekeep. So you could do Hot Girls Don't Gatekeep Skincare Edition if you're a skincare brand. So this will educate your audience and it will also help you connect with them. Lastly, on Friday, you can do a get ready with me, tell a story while you're using your products. So think about it like this. Girl, you're not going to believe what happened today. So I was at the store and I ran into my ex. Y'all not going to believe this. And this man had the nerve to walk past me like he ain't know me. Make it juicy. It doesn't have to be drama, but just tell an entertaining story while you're using your products. This is the No Beauty Blend Poreless Concealer. I don't know. Something. And you're going to do this for a certain amount of time. This was just 4 pieces of content. You can use these if you want to for your brand. But the whole point was to do something trending and entertaining, something that educates while building brand awareness, something that builds connection with your audience. They love the tea. They love to know about your life. You're pretty. Whatever it is, show up for your audience. And do this consistently while you're focusing on a certain product. If you're a boutique brand, this top is the Melanie top. It comes in 3 colors, blah, blah, blah. Do a get ready with me. Understanding your target audience is crucial for your social media strategy. If you do not know who you are talking to, if you do not understand what it is that they're looking for, what makes them tick, how can you sell to them? You just can't confidently sell to them. So my goal is to make target audience super simple for you. I feel like a lot of the time people overcomplicate it, and this is why it gets so confusing for people. Target audience is literally the people that you're targeting your products at for your business, the people who are most likely to buy from you. You'll hear me say that so many times. Do not overcomplicate it. So let's say that you sell body scrubs and you sell shea butter products and body butters. You can target people with dry skin when you're thinking about solving a solution, or you can target Black women. Like, we love those kind of products. You have to think about the type of person that will most benefit from your product. And this is important because it ties into how you will market yourself on social media. The way you may approach a girl who's 21, doesn't have kids, is ready to hit the club on Saturday night may not be the same way you would approach a woman like me who's almost 30, who has kids, who has a husband, and I'm really about my bag and my business, and I'm not for any drama. You wouldn't reach them the same way. The first girl may like all the tea, like she want to hear a juicy get ready with me. When me, I want you to get to the point. I don't have a lot of time. You got to know your target audience so you know what type of content to make for them. So you know how to show up on social media for them. Maybe girl number 1, that's 21, is more into aesthetics. When girl number 2, she's more into getting to the point. She's more into the analytics. She's more into show me the numbers. Show me how this is going to change my life. Oh, you got a solution to my problem? Tell me more. Tell me more, because I'm ready to solve all my issues. I'm tired of it. I don't have time. I'm a busy woman. You really have to know your target audience. And the best way to do this is to build an ideal customer. I know a lot of people have done the client avatar quiz or worksheet, whatever it is that you actually came across when you were working this part of your business. But sometimes we need to revisit it, refresh, look at our content. Does this align with the type of person that I said my business would most correlate with? And sometimes you got to tweak it. Does your girl prefer her natural hair, or does your girl prefer a bust down? Is she about to get the newest lace front? Do you sell wigs? Maybe you want to target the girl who wants a bust down over the girl who's going to wear her natural hair 90 times out of the week. So you shouldn't be using hashtags like natural hair on social media, for example, when this girl is up there talking about 30-inch wig. You got to know your audience on social media, or you'll end up putting your content in front of the wrong person, and you don't. So how do you find your audience on social media? Well, again, we go back to this client avatar worksheet. We go back to the basics. If you know your girl is about 23, she's in college, she likes to dance a lot, I would mosey right on over to TikTok, where they're doing all the dance trends, and make sure that I'm showing up for those people. I would be looking at their profile on social media and seeing the type of content that they are posting. So let's say you notice a lot of the times that she posts dance trends to like Megan Thee Stallion. My content was some way tied into what Meg Thee Stallion is doing. Or City Girls, if it's City Girls. Did you know Carisha has a show now? Like, my content would be centered around that. Now, how do you strategically place your content with it? Now, my boutique is a lot different from a lot of you guys' boutiques. My boutique is an alternative goth streetwear type brand, because that's what I wear on a day-to-day basis. In my casual clothing, I like to dress that way, so it's easiest for me to show up for my brand that way. And some of the content that I've posted for my target audience that has gone viral has been like lookbook type things, like create an outfit. This might be something that you can do for your business as well. So you would put like 4 tops at the top. They're all from your store. Make sure you can tag them from your Instagram shop. And then 4 bottoms and maybe like 3 pair of shoes, and tell them to create an outfit. Oftentimes than none, someone will comment down and say what outfit pieces they like. They'll click on the picture. They may purchase a piece. That was easy marketing for you. It took you maybe 5 minutes, if that, to make the actual post. Okay? Now, you don't want to sell to your audience all the time. So sometimes you want to put a sprinkle of regular content in there as well, but still stay on trend. For example, the video that I posted on my boutique page that went viral was literally like a Bob's Burger meme or whatever, but it had like some goth trance music behind it. And everybody within that community saw it and was like, this is dope. Follow. More website traffic, more people looking at my products. This is what you want. So not only was I not promoting my products, I wasn't selling anything, but I was attracting people who were more likely to buy from me and see more of my content in the future. You can do this too. So figure out what is trending in your community, what is popular in pop culture, what your customers are looking at right now, and you can implement that into your content. I don't know if you guys saw that trend in Reel and TikTok not too long ago, where it was like, I'm happy to see my husband, and the girl was just like dancing and going off. Yeah, I seen that on the Girl Mob page. I seen that on some other people's page. It had nothing to do with their content, but their target audience likes content like that, so they shared it and they were blowing it up like crazy, commenting like, yes, this is me, etc., etc. You can do that too. You just need to get on trend. Start thinking like they're thinking, and you'll get the same results. Now, I really want to tell you guys about the ACE method for selling out. That means audience building, customer acquisition, and engagement. This is the method I use to sell out on social media. The social media platform I've sold the most on is Facebook to date, and I'm going to tell you how you can do this with your own business. First and foremost, you want to implement everything we've been talking about thus far. Knowing your target audience, knowing how to connect with them through content and social media, and how you talk to them, all these things. You want to do that first. You need to build some type of relationship with your audience before you start trying to market and sell to them. People buy from people. You'll hear this over and over again. So I specifically wanted to tell you about how I sold out using Facebook, because that's where I sold out the most at. And I did this without using any outside resources, no ads, no Facebook groups, no paying for promo, none of that stuff. I did this all on my own using no money, okay? First and foremost, I created a private Facebook group. Initially, I had created this group to sell my old inventory because I needed to get rid of it, and it was just sitting around, and I'm like, this is money sitting. I need to get rid of it. So I created this wholesale Facebook group that was supposed to be like a de-stash inventory and purchase new inventory type group. And I wanted people to be able to sell their old inventory as well that were also like boutique owners like me. And what ended up happening was people were coming to me looking for inventory for their business. So I basically created a market within my own group. I started posting the pieces that I had coming in, because sometimes people wanted to order pieces that I was selling in my boutique, and I'm like, hey, this is for my customers. But I was like, okay, if it's a market for this, let me do it. But you can do this from a retail standpoint as well. Let me tell you how. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to create your own private Facebook group, and I want you to start looking for potential customers that can go in it. So you can start by doing this by adding people as friends that look most like your ideal customer. And then you can start adding them to your Facebook group, inviting them to your Facebook group. You can have their friends invite them to your Facebook group. Something like if you invite 10 people, you can win a free $5 gift card, $10 gift card, whatever you feel comfortable giving away. But you want to give them some type of incentive for joining your community without breaking your pockets or killing your business, okay? Next, you want to start putting value out there, giving them lots of value. So if your customers struggle with skincare issues, as I said before, you want to be giving them skincare tips. So for this example, let's say that you have a lash brand, and with your lash brand, you like, I don't know why people need my product. I don't know how I can get people into my group. But you can. So let's start thinking from a customer standpoint. What does this brand have that I can't find at the local beauty store? Okay, maybe you have a certain length that you can't get at the beauty store. Maybe you have the colored lashes and they can't find that in store. That's what I would be marketing to them. Secondly, in order to provide value to them, I would be creating full looks. Or I would have some of my girlfriends, my friends, maybe some content creators creating full beat looks with my lashes. And I would like, you can get these. This is the Ariel lashes. They're super fluffy. They're 25 millimeters. And I would be telling all of these things in my looks. I would be tagging these products. I would be educating them on how to clean my lashes, how to get more use out of their lashes. I would have tools for cleaning their lashes, so I can plug that in there too. So when your group is private on Facebook, it's private forever. So make sure that you start off as a public group if you're going to use this method, which I highly recommend. So I would do a cutoff point around like 300 people or so, and keep letting them know, hey, I'm making the group private at 300. If you like the content that you're seeing, the tips that I'm giving you, the free resources, you might want to join. Invite them to be a member of your group so that you can create this private community specific for your business. Take some time going live and chit-chatting with them while you try on your lashes, or if you do lash extensions, while you're putting the lash extensions, and chit-chat with them like they're your girlfriends. Create that sense of community with them so that you are building brand trust, awareness, and likability. So that's step A of the ACE method, basically building your audience. So next you want to turn your audience into customers, which is step C of the ACE method. So you're like, how can I turn this group of people into buyers? A lot of times we build audiences on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and they're just there occupying space. They're not actually buying from us. So you got to start thinking, like, how can I get this person to start feeding into my content for them to start buying from me? And I say the best thing to do this is to get to know your audience, to get to know them, for them to get to know you, for you to build trust within your brand. So since we're talking specifically about Facebook groups, I would go live. I challenged myself to go live for a full month straight. And girl, it gave me a headache, but I did it. And I noticed my lives went from I started with having maybe like 8 people on my lives to having 60 by the end of the month. In a matter of 30 days, I totally grew my audience of people who are actually watching my live within my group. Then I would save it so that people could watch it later. They'll still have access to the information. If I was promoting a product, they could still see the product. If I had my link posted, they could still click it. All of that was still available to people who watched it after I was done the live. This is a great way for your audience to get familiar with you. And if you do it consistently, they get used to seeing you every day. And it builds some sort of relationship bond with them. People love that. I will go live consistently. It doesn't have to be 30 days, but you want your audience to get familiar with seeing your face on a consistent basis. If you go live every Thursday night, hey, Tequila Thursdays, you got your drink, y'all about to chit chat, and you're building that sense of community and trust with them. You're going to build likability with them, and they're going to turn into a customer. But you don't just want to be informal all the time. You also want to still plug your business because you're a business owner. You're selling a product. So again, that's why I gave you some content ideas that are a little less salesy that you can implement into these strategies. Okay? So following that step, I want you to start strategically promoting your products. So if you're going to go live for a week straight, 2 weeks straight, 30 days, I want you to be maybe getting ready on camera. Like, do y'all think this is cute? I'm going to a girl's brunch and this top is from my boutique. It's the Serena top and it's got the little sleeves out. Talk to them like you're getting ready with your girlfriends on FaceTime. If it's makeup that you sell, what y'all think about this? Should I do a red lip or should I do like a nude lip? Ask their opinion, engage them. And then someone may say something like, oh, that shade is really pretty. What's that? What brand is that? Oh, it's my brand. You plug yourself strategically. You don't have to always sell to people, but you can still plug your products in a creative way. And the last step of the ACE method is E, engage, which you've been doing the entire time. But what you're doing now is following up with your customers. You're going back and seeing if you missed any comments on your live videos. If anyone's commenting down your Facebook group, asking questions, how can I get this? How can I order? If someone's commenting on your Instagram post trying to get in contact with you, you engage with them. If you see your customers on social media posting up looking cute, you engage with them. If you want engagement, give engagement. So that is the last step. And this is going to help you build community, build trust, build awareness, and ultimately convert them into customers that are loyal to your brand. This is my method to selling out. And the last step of the ACE method is E, engage, which you've been doing the entire time. But what you're doing now is following up with your customers. You're going back and seeing if you missed any comments on your live videos. If anyone's commenting down your Facebook group, asking questions, how can I get this? How can I order? If someone's commenting on your Instagram post trying to get in contact with you, you engage with them. If you see your customers on social media posting up looking cute, you engage with them. If you want engagement, give engagement. So that is the last step. And this is going to help you build community, build trust, build awareness, and ultimately convert them into customers that are loyal to your brand. This is my method to selling out. I would encourage people to share the group with their friends and family, their girlfriends, whoever was interested in this type of group, in exchange for free promo. Now, what you can do in your case is, let's say that they are trying to get rid of their wedding dress from 10 years ago. Offer them an opportunity to do so. Or maybe they really want to get something from your boutique, but they're worried about the price. Offer them a 15% coupon if they invite 10 people to the group. Find a way to create value in your space. So I did this, and once I had my audience, I started going live, doing the same thing I was already doing, just showing my face while doing it. So I was giving tips on live. I was chit-chatting with them on live, getting to know them on live. They were getting to know me. I was doing all of the things that I was already chatting my little fingers away doing, but I put a face to it. People buy from people. You're getting it now. I wasn't doing anything different. I just put a face to what I was already giving to my audience for free. And that helped build more likability, more trust. When people trust you and they like you, they ultimately want to spend money with you as a business. They do. It just comes naturally. So by doing all of this, I had already prepared my audience for what I was going to eventually sell to them. For my boutique owners, it was new inventory. I had the lowest prices. I used to sell tops, biker shorts, dresses, whatever you can think of, and nothing was over $7. I could afford to do that as a wholesaler. So that was my unique selling proposition. I am a US based vendor, and I have the cheapest prices on the market, and my shipping isn't $100 and something like Alibaba. It's only $10, $14, depending on the weight of the package. They took that and ran with it, okay? So you got to find your unique selling proposition as well. If you're going to offer free shipping, if you offer a gift for purchase, if you do surprise gift cards, whatever it is that you do for your brand, find. So came the day that I had a gist of what my audience wanted from me. I knew what type of tops they wanted, what dresses they wanted for the season. I knew everything that they possibly wanted. And so I had ordered it. Gave them the option to do pre-order. I got about 1 or 2 pre-orders. It wasn't exciting. Nobody was really buying at that point. When the inventory came in, I hopped on live, and they were used to seeing me on live. So they're like, hey, Ashley, they chatting with me, the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just unpacking my new inventory, which I had bought for my boutique, but I had got some extra pieces in case someone wanted them wholesale. So I'm like, yeah, I was like, I got this top. I'm like holding up the pieces, showing it off. I'm like, if you want to purchase, let me know. I'm like showing this. People like, how much? How much is that? I need that. Oh, I seen when you posted that top. I had already prepared them for when I was going to sell the products to them. You follow me? So everything that I'm telling you, even though it doesn't sound like selling, it's going to help you sell better, because people don't like being sold to, but they still want your products. They just don't know about your brand yet. They don't know about you yet. So by creating this sense of community, by showing up on live consistently and getting in front of my audience, they felt comfortable buying from me. They could have easily went to the Asian vendors and got the same thing. But one, I had a better price, and I had built that trust with them. They knew they weren't going to get scammed. They saw the pieces. They saw what they looked like. So they were okay with buying from me. And within minutes of that live, I sold out of all of those pieces. Then I turned around and did the same thing with that old inventory that I was talking about. And I got rid of that too. Your girl was cleaned out for a whole 2 weeks straight before I had any inventory tangibly on hand. Okay, so let's talk about tips to increase your social media reach and engagement. For a short amount of time as a marketing strategist, I had managed a couple social media accounts, and my highest account I had got viral, which was mine. I had also had an account over 10,000 people in reach. I had another account that was 3,000 in reach. It was a very new account. And the lowest account I think I managed was about 500 reach, which was also a new account. So I just want to give you some some tips on how you can do this as well. My number one tip is going to be create good content. Most people will say post consistently. Let's scratch that. Let's focus on creating good content first. If you are not creating good content, no one's going to stick around for the rest of your content. No one's going to engage with your content. No one's going to follow you. No one's going to buy whatever it is that you're selling. So first and foremost, you want to provide them with good content, which is why I spoke to you guys about creating a content calendar that aligns with social media trends, what your audience may want from you, and still plugs your product strategically. So first and foremost, you want to have good content. Secondly, you want to post consistently. Posting consistently, again, does not mean that I need to see 3 to 5 days of post in one day from you. You can post once or twice a day and still get, engagement. You can still get customers. I've done it. I don't care what nobody else says. You can still do it too. So a lot of the time people ask me how many times should they post a day. Again, I'm not going to put a number on it, but me personally, I post between 1 and 3 times a day per platform. Okay? And that's mostly me repurposing content. And repurposing content does not mean that you create a video like this and you share it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, because each platform is different and they need a different type of thing from you. So on Facebook, it may be a long story of you explaining what the gist of the video was about. On Instagram, it may be a video that's kind of like one of those voiceovers. On TikTok, it may be you giving some information to your audience. But all of them tied together. All of them are on the same topic. They give the gist of the same information. That's how you repurpose your content. Okay? And to increase engagement, you want to ask your audience questions. If it's a video, you want to ask them, like I said, should I do the... So yeah, you want to ask your audience open-ended questions that they can't just say yes and no to. Something that's going to really get them involved in what it is that you're selling. Should I do a red lip or should I do a nude lip? Which one looks better? Maybe you try both of them and show them what it looks like and people can give their opinion. And this is Ruby Kiss. This is Matte Nude. You plug those products in there that way as well. And then people can say, oh, I like matte nude more. That goes with the look that you're giving today, whatever it is. Or you can say, who's your favorite influencer? I've done that one a couple times. Do you prefer Ari or do you prefer Jada Waiter? People are going to argue to the death. Do you prefer Deer? People are going to argue to the death because they're popular. So you want to use questions that are open-ended to engage your audience into what it is that you are offering them. Another way to increase your engagement and reach is using hashtags. Hashtags require a lot of testing. Just like marketing, you have to figure out what is working. The best way to find the best hashtags for your business is to try to think from a customer standpoint of what they would be typing in to search products like yours. So, my favorite example, skincare. If you sell a turmeric product, which is to lighten dark spots, your customer may be typing in hyperpigmentation for dark skin or hyperpigmentation for melanated skin. You want to use hashtags that relate to your customer as a person, like what they look like. And then you also want to use hashtags that relate to the type of product you're selling, turmeric mask. And you want to use hashtags that relate to the problem that you're solving, hyperpigmentation. I hope that helps. The biggest way to increase your engagement is to engage with your audience. This is an authentic way to get engagement. This increases your likability. People like you. They're going to comment on your stuff. They're going to like your stuff. They're going to interact with you. If you're going to use that method, make sure that you're actually engaging with people who would be potential customers, not people who do the same thing as you. Because while you may get engagement, likes, follows, they may never buy from you because they do the same thing as you and they're just trying to see what you're doing. So actually find and engage with people within your target audience and get them interested in your page. Go like their stuff. Go comment on their stuff. Tell them, what you like about their content if they're posting content. Okay? You can also increase engagement by cross-promoting. So one year for Valentine's Day, I did a cross-promotion with a skincare brand. I was selling some lingerie from my boutique at the time. And she was selling candle sets and things like that. So I did his and her sets for my boutique, and she was doing candle sets for his and her. And we kind of cross-promoted on each other's pages, and we got engagement and customers that way. So that's an idea that you can use to increase engagement as well. Just find someone who complements your business, not somebody who does the same thing that you do, or somebody who isn't even compatible with your business. Obviously, I'm a strategist, or some may consider a coach. You wouldn't want to collaborate with me on your boutique, because me putting my products in front of me putting your products in front of my business would be like me putting your products in front of more business owners, and that's not what you want. You want customers, not people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. And I know some people will say, okay, business owners can be customers too. They can, but 9 times out of 10, they're not the type of customers that you want or that you need to keep your business growing and staying stable. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. Unless you are targeting business owners for like maybe business clothing or business related t-shirts, it's not ideal for your business. Okay. Lastly, you want to test. Marketing requires a testing period. So if you implement any of these strategies to increase your reach and engagement, you want to test it out for 30 to 90 days, highly 90 days. 30 days isn't always enough time. Just because people are seeing your content at different times, people are busy, whatever, you want to test it out for a good. So I want to talk a little bit more about creating content that will drive traffic and sales. I want you to refer back to your content calendar that we talked about previously, and I want you to kind of fill it out for yourself. I included a freebie in the link below that you can actually grab and create your own content calendar for your business. And this should help you with this segment of the training. Let's talk about personal branding on social media. And what does that mean? I remember a year or so ago, I had posted about how branding comes before marketing and how the reason why Dier's glasses, Lorvay, whatever it's called, sold out is because of her personal brand. And people was like, no, it's her marketing, yada yada. Listen, she was already popular before she released the line. Yes, some people were anticipating her dropping this line, but people love Dier. People are going to follow her. People want to dress like her. Whatever she posts, they want to buy into it. That is based off of her personal branding. She wasn't selling a product then. She was just posting her cute fashion pictures and stuff like that, living her life, and people were buying into it. That is why they bought those glasses. Those glasses not special. So, how can you create your own personal brand? First and foremost, you want to think about, what do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known as the girl who sells $20 dresses, or do you want to be known as the girl who wears the colorful outfits? Like, you just got to figure out what you want to be known for first and foremost. I want to be known for my personality. I teach in a way that's relatable, and that's what I want to be known for. You got to figure out what you want to be known for first and foremost. Now, speaking of that, this is when you want to start thinking about how you want to talk to your audience. So, do you want to talk to your audience like you are their best friend in the whole wide world? Hey girl, you got to get this lip gloss, like it's popping. Everybody was complimenting me today. Or do you want to be more of like their guidance, their mentor? I know you've been struggling really bad with dry skin. This product is going to help solve your problems. This is how my skin used to look, and this is how it looks now. You got to figure out how you want to be known, how you're going to present that to your audience, and how you're going to present that in your content. So when we talk about building your personal brand, you got to think about your personality. You got to think about your strengths. You got to think about what it is that you want to communicate through your brand. And this is what you're going to kind of implement into your branding and into your content. So if you want to be known as expensive and luxury, you want to post high quality content. When you are on camera, you want to be dressed to the nines. You want to look very prestigious. Your content should be clean cut and minimalistic, maybe. All of that is going to help create the vibe that you're trying to sell and what you want to be known for. Like me, I said I want to be known as like your good girlfriend who got the advice for you. She has the information. You feel comfortable talking to her about your problems. So I show up by putting my personality into my business. I'm going to talk to you like you my little sis. I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm going to give it to you real. But I'm always going to maintain my professionalism. You will never see me get on camera cussing and talking about be that and while I'm going to implement my personality into my business, it will never come across as ghetto or distasteful, because we are still business owners. So if you want to put more of your personality into your business, make sure that you're doing it in a way that remains tasteful. Okay? You can be authentic and tasteful at the same time. You just got to find a happy medium. When you start implementing more of your personality into your brand, it becomes more relatable for your customers, which helps, once again, build brand trust, build awareness, build connection with your audience. And when they see you on social media, they're going to follow you. They're going to want to buy products from you. So try that out. So lastly, I want to talk to you guys about social media algorithms. First and foremost, please don't get caught up in the whole, I got to beat the algorithm. I got to stay relevant on the algorithm. If you're posting good content, you will always be relevant. If you are not posting good content or you're not posting consistently, you'll get lost in the algorithm and your content will be lost as well. You'll be forgotten. A lot of the times I see people post on Facebook like, engage with this post to help boost me on the algorithm. That's not going to help you get where you need to be. That's not going to get you in front of your customers. All that is giving you attention on social media, but not necessarily customers or buyers. So let's not do that. So each social media platform, the algorithm wants different things. You can't take what you implemented on Instagram over to TikTok. It just won't work. The algorithm awards different types of content, different types of things that it's looking for. TikTok awards watch time. So if you can find ways to increase your watch time on TikTok, you'll boost your videos in the algorithm. Whereas Instagram, they want something totally different. So that's the thing. So for example, Facebook rewards people within their algorithm who post more. They want to keep people on their platform. They want to keep people coming back, not getting off, etc. So when you post more, sometimes Facebook will give you more visibility, especially if a lot of people engage with a particular post that you created. They'll reward you for it by giving you increased visibility amongst more of the people who are actually friends with you, etc. Next thing I want to talk about is posting times and how it ties into the algorithm. So, for example, on TikTok, the algorithm rewards people who get a lot of watch time. So if you post some content at like 11 in the morning and nobody's up, you don't get a lot of watch time. You're not going to get a lot of views, and TikTok's going to feel like, this isn't good content. We're not going to push that too much. But we'll push it a little bit more to see how it does. Versus you posting at, let's say, 6 o'clock when people are off work and maybe getting ready to wind down for dinner or bed, and you get like 100 people in a certain amount of time. And it's like, okay, this is doing okay. Let me see how many more people may be interested in this. And they push it out to the next set of people. This is good for your reach when it comes to the algorithm. Now, on Facebook, like I said, if you make reels and you get a lot of traction and you're getting visibility, or you post a video and it's getting a lot of visibility, I encourage you to make more content like that. And as a result, they'll push out more of your content and put it in front of more people, etc. And Facebook and Instagram are brother-sister platforms, FYI. But all in all, algorithms are constantly changing, constantly being updated. Even certain verbiage can be flagged, like profanity. So sitting there trying to keep up with everything that the algorithm has to offer can be super time-consuming for a business owner. If your goal isn't just to make content for that specific social media platform and be a content creator for that platform, that can be a little bit too much to worry about. What your focus needs to be on is creating good content so it will be pushed out in the algorithm. Okay? Another thing I want to talk about in reference to TikTok's algorithm specifically, a lot of people are discouraged by 200 to 300 views. Like, they're stuck in this period where they're getting 200 to 300 views. And I'll see a lot of like gurus and coaches and things like that say that that's not a good place to be. That means your content sucks, yada yada. Don't believe that. As someone who gets sometimes 200 to 300 views, I have gotten several clients off of a video that has gotten about 300 views. It does not mean that your content sucks. It means that your content is in front of a very specific audience and they're the only ones seeing it. That's the way I look at it. So if your videos are being categorized, like sometimes mine say social media marketing, online boutique, that's who's seeing my content, not a bunch of people who are not interested in what it is that I am offering or selling. So use those tips to help you better your chances in the algorithm on TikTok specifically. And last but not least, I want to give you some tips and tricks so that you can be more successful on social media. Let's get into it. So if you struggle with time management and consistency, the first thing I'm going to need you to do is find you a real good scheduling app. And I have two that are my favorite and my preference. And I have a third that's relatively new, but might work for you. So first and foremost, my favorite tool to use to schedule my content is Facebook Business Suite. You can upload pictures, videos, captions, and hashtags, and you can have it automatically post over to Instagram as well. I also like to use Canva's scheduling app. They also offer posting to Pinterest, which I really, really love, especially if you have a boutique. And also, Instagram has a new feature by itself where you can schedule content right inside the app. So that's a good one as well. Now, if you're trying to schedule content to multiple platforms, not just the ones that I mentioned, you might want to look at the Later app. And you might want to look at repurpose.io. That's a website. But they do the same thing, but they do it for various platforms, not just a couple. So check those out. And so the last tip, how can you measure if you're being successful on social media? So number one, if you have an influx in traffic to your website, to your lead magnet, whatever it is that you are directing your customers to, if there's an increase in traffic there, that's a good sign. If that traffic converts over to sales at a good percentage, that's at least between 1 and 5%, that's a good sign. If you're getting more follows and they're actually people who are potential customers, not business owners, that's a good sign. If you have more people looking at your stories and engaging with your content that look like actual customers, that is a good sign. If you're on TikTok and your watch times are going up, your follow counts are going up, your comments are going up, people are asking you questions, these are good signs that you're doing well on social media. If people are saving your posts, if people are sharing your posts, a lot of platforms will show you how many people are sharing your posts. This is a good sign that your content is doing well, and you should make more content like it so you can keep getting the same results in and making yourself a cycle of traffic, sales, So these are good signs that your content is doing really well and that you should continue making the same content. All right, now, y'all, like Mariah said, it's a wrap. And that is my whole social media mastery class. If you guys have any questions, you know exactly where to find me. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, Ashley Q, and She Rich Digital. And I'll see you guys in the next class. All right, now, y'all, like Mariah said, it's a wrap. And that is my whole social media mastery class. If you guys have any questions, you know exactly where to find me. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, Ashley Q, and She Rich Digital. And I'll see you guys in the next class. All right, now, y'all, like Mariah said, it's a wrap. And that is my whole social media mastery class. If you guys have any questions, you know exactly where to find me. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, Ashley Q, and She Rich Digital. And I'll see you guys in the next class. All right, now, girl, why I got you here, you know I had to tell you about my next workshop. It's specifically for people who are interested in using content creation as a form of marketing, and people who are interested in being social media content creators, UGC creators, etc. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create content plan that resonates with your target audience, which we talked a little bit about in this Pacific training. We're also going to talk about engaging video content. We're going to talk about repurposing your content across platforms. We're going to talk about developing a content calendar. We're going to talk about how to write persuasive and compelling copy and captions. We're going to talk about understanding and utilizing call to actions strategically for maximum engagement. We're going to get into all of these things and how they relate to content creation, and we're going to get super specific. It'll probably be longer than this training because it's super detailed. This was kind of just to give you some insight on it and get you started with social media marketing and comfortable and